In an unexpected turn of events, Germany has formally chosen to stop providing Ukraine with weapons, leaving the war-torn country in desperate need. It appears that the West has finally realized that their backing is producing little more than jokes as Ukraine's counter-offensive against Russia falters. Come along as we dissect this tragic comedy of mistakes and missiles failures. And welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm Atul Mishra, your host. Let's begin. Ukraine has been a repeating joke in geopolitical theater for a long time. The West has been flooding Ukraine with help in effort to strengthen its defense and stem the tide of the conflict. Unfortunately, it appears that their efforts haven't been much more successful than a whoopee cushion at a state dinner. Ukraine's counteroffensive against Russia was intended to be the showpiece, the moment when the underdog would prevail. Western authorities were shocked when the plot suddenly changed, though. The counteroffensive lacked a heroic conclusion and more closely resembled a comedy act as Ukraine struggled to match Russian aggression. Even the defense minister of Kiev, Reznikov, has publicly criticized Zelensky, stating that the Ukrainian army is not as strong as the Russians and that the counteroffensive is not going well and is overestimated. This has left the Western officials unimpressed. The result, Chancellor Olaf Scholz of Germany made it clear that his country would not be sending Taurus missiles to Ukraine. The reason? Germany wants to avoid any unfortunate incidents where German weapons strike Russian territory. Scholz said in an interview with Germany's ARD television when asked about the potential supply of Taurus cruise missiles to Ukraine, "We carefully review all requests we receive, but for us there is a principle that I share with the US President. We do not want the weapons we supply to be used to get into Russian territories." Even in June, German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius said in an interview with DW that Berlin rejected the concept of transferring Taurus cruise missiles to Ukraine in the foreseeable future. He addressed that Berlin, like Washington, had always emphasized that they would not want their weapons used in Russian territory. Ukraine made a request for German Taurus missiles as they would enable Kiev to strike against the Russian military infrastructure far behind the front line. But alas, the demand has been shot down by the German Chancellor. The decision of Germany, a major actor in the European arena, to block all further help to Kiev further exposed Ukraine's perilous position. Western leaders have quietly acknowledged that Ukraine's counteroffensive is degenerating into anarchy. As the West re-evaluates its commitment, the future of military support to Kiev is in doubt. To win back the support it once had, Ukraine might need to deliver a genuinely amazing punchline. Also, while this is going on, Ukraine won't be getting any new Western fighter jets until the ongoing counter-offensive is, well, over, according to NATO's chairman of the military committee. Ukraine will not receive modern Western fighter jets before its ongoing counter-offensive is already over, said Lieutenant Admiral Rob Baugh, the chairman of the military committee of NATO, on British radio station LBC on July the 4th. Moreover, Financial Times reports that Western officials have privately acknowledged that Ukraine's counteroffensive against Russia is not going well, and as a result, future military assistance to Kiev may diminish. For better or worse, the outcome of the operation is going to impact everyone we do regarding Ukraine, and we are all aware of that, a senior European diplomat told the FT. Ukraine is now struggling to match the might of its adversary. The arms supply cuts by Germany serve as a stark reminder that in the world of geopolitics, humor may have its place, but when it comes to war, it's time to put on a more serious face. Remember, folks, in the theater of war, there is no encore, and laughter is a luxury no soldier can afford.